Greetings, everyone, my fellow YouTubers. I'm Duel, aka the Big D, of Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. Today I thought I'd do a special list, which I am here going to challenge y'all to possibly do for yourselves. This is a list of movies that came out the year I was born. I'm hereby challenge y'all to do a possible list, if you've got the time, okay? I'm not rushing y'all, there's no rush. Anyway, I've chosen 15 movies. Now, unfortunately, this list won't include any, bigger types of flicks. I'm sure y'all know Caddyshack or The Blues Brothers. See, the year I was born was 1980, and that's the year those movies came out. So these are 1980s movies. Now, there are a few honorable mentions, like Smokey and the Bandit 2, and heck, even I'll even mention Oh God Book 2. But there's lots of others. So here we go. I'm going to start the bottom. Number 15. This is a movie I just watched on Prime last week. The Octagon, starring Chuck Norris in one of his early roles, long before he played TV's Walker, Texas Ranger. Now, I have to say, this was an awesome flick. It does have some pre-play moments, and it's a really cool movie with ninjas and what have you. I'd say if you're wanting an old-school ninja flick with Chuck Norris, definitely look into The Octagon. That's definitely a good movie. Next, at number 14 is Herbie Goes Bananas. Now, this was the fourth and, final installment of the original Love Bug series that started in 1968 with the Love Bug. Now, I have done a list of the Herbie movies, the Love Bug. I will be doing that sometime, but not yet. But this, I'd say it was a little bit on the underrated side. Now, Herbie gets bought by these two dudes in the hopes of putting him in the racing, but soon Herbie gets in the real trouble when he befriends a pickpocketing orphan, and now, kid's left without a friend, but soon Herbie reemerges from the waters and is back with him in the hopes of stopping some gold thieves. Like I said, this movie's been underrated, but I'll be talking about that sometime, okay? That's all I'm going to give you a heads up, though. But it's pretty funny, though, in some parts. Number 13. Sorry this is a little low. And this is another film that Disney worked on, but they co-produced this with Paramount, that being Popeye, starring Robin Williams in the title role, along with Shelley Duvall as Olive Oyl, based on the long-running comic strip and the cartoons, which, of course, Popeye was currently on, in reruns of his classic theatrical shorts at the time, as well as his all-new Popeye Hour series on CBS Saturday mornings. Anyway, it's pretty fun. I've rarely seen this, maybe a time or two, but I still give this movie a little credit. It's a musical comedy. Robin Williams does a pretty good job as the title character. May he rest in peace. He's been one of my favorite comedians. I do enjoy it. Now, the next three movies are going to be some scary movies. I have lots of other favorite 80s movies. I'm sorry these aren't high, so I hope I don't disappoint you horror movie fanatics out there, which I'm friends with and sub to. And number 12 is Terror Train, very underrated movie, starring Jamie Lee Curtis and several others, as this is a group of teens are heading home for on New Year's, and soon they're hunted by a killer who's actually the person who was involved in a prank gone wrong a few years before this here series of killings. It's not too bad of a flick. Like I said, it's pretty good. You might want to check it out. It's not the best, but it's good in a way. Next at number 11, here's another flick Jamie Lee did, and this one's a little bit more bit more good as Terror Train, but it's more of a suspense type flick, and that's the original Prom Night, which also stars Leslie Nielsen. Now, I will say I enjoyed this just because it was horror and suspense. You probably know the story. If you've watched my double review of Prom Night and its 1987 sequel, Hello, Mary Lou. I do love this movie. It's really good. Number 10. Well, sorry this isn't high either. I know my friend Esley from Entertainment Fanatic Reviews has a poster of this up. I've seen it in his videos. And that movie would be The Shining. Now, look for for a movie adaptation of its sequel, Doctor Sleep, later on this November, starring Ewan McGregor. And, of course, this movie stars Jack Nicholson and Shelley Duvall and Scatman Crothers. Not much to say about that, but it's got some pretty suspenseful and frightening moments, especially, here's Johnny! Yeah, probably one of the most memorable moments from that. Really good. Stanley Kubrick did a great job of directing this. It's based on Stephen King's book. Enough said. Number 9. This is a very underrated movie in my opinion, but a cult classic though. Flash Gordon. Now, I've got that movie on DVD. It's really cool and all. It's not the best like Star Wars, but it's still good in some ways. Mostly because of the soundtrack done by the late great Freddie Mercury and the guys from Queen. The theme song Flash is always one of the best. I mean, we had Sam Jones as the title character. And we also had several others. Max von Sydow from The Exorcist was in this as Emperor Ming the Merciless. Melody Anderson as Dale Arden, and Topol, who I believe was on Fiddler on the Roof, as Dr. Hans Zarkov. This movie's very underrated, but if you've never seen Flash Gordon, you really want to see a cult classic, I'd say go for Flash Gordon. It's real good. Number 8 is one of my very few favorite chick flicks, and that being 9 to 5, with Lily Tomlin, Dolly Parton, Jane Fonda, and Dabney Coleman. About 3 average, ordinary working girls who give revenge on their boss. Not much to be said about that. It's pretty funny, though. Especially, it was well known for the theme song done by Dolly, which became a monster hit for her. Can't go wrong with that one, though. Same goes for the music for the next movie on the list. Number 7 is Urban Cowboy. Although I've only watched this one time, but I think it's a good movie. Starring John Travolta. It's about this guy who works for a power plant, I believe. And he gets to spend a little time doing some dancing moves at Gillies. And becomes a friend to this one gal whom he marries. Now, the soundtrack's really good. It includes lots of good music, most notably the song Looking for Love from country singer Johnny Lee. But it did have some music from other artists, like the Eagles, which I'm a big fan of, many others. If you have yet to see this movie, I'd recommend this to y'all. It's real good. Well, and speaking of country music, got another country-themed flick. Number 6 is Coal Miner's Daughter. Now, this is the film based on the true story of country gal Loretta Lynn. Stars Sissy Spacek, who played Carrie in 1976. Yes, you horror fanatics know that, I'm sure. Which I'll be reviewing soon. And Tommy Lee Jones. And, well, I gotta say, this movie does pretty darn well, actually, for the story of Loretta. Well, she's still out there, but I know she's been having some issues, some health issues or something lately. I just know she hasn't been doing so well, but I hope she gets the feeling better. Loretta Lynn's a good country gal. I like some of her tunes. But like I said, if you really want something real good, believe me, long before we had Walk the Line, we had Coal Miner's Daughter. That was a good movie. Next at number 5 is Airplane, starring Robert Hayes and Julie Haggerty. Now this is one of the funny spoof flicks that took on disaster movies, most notably the 1970 movie Airport. Now this spoofed not just Airport, but it did spoof some other things, including Saturday Night Fever, which it had Staying Alive in this little flashback scene. Well, but a lot of the movie was very hysterical. I mean, it had some funny moments, etc., etc., etc. Enough said. Now, the final 4, this was on my original list, but I had to do a little tweaking on there to make it a little better. But now, number 4, sorry to disappoint y'all, but number 4 is The Empire Strikes Back, aka Star Wars Episode 5. Can't go wrong with this movie. You don't need to know much about this. Luke finds out that Darth Vader is his dad. That was a shocking surprise. We get to see the planet Hoth, with those big shaggy beasts that Luke and Han are riding, the Tauntauns. Yeah. Plus a lot of other things we get to see. Lando Calrissian, played by Billy D. Williams, real good. Lots of the actors from the first movie are back in this. You know who they are. I won't mention them all because I want to go quickly on the next 3. Number 3 is Friday the 13th. Not much to be said about this, but I loved this movie. I grew up watching this when I was in my late teens, early 20s, and well, now of course I have it on DVD. It's very good, and I think it's great. Bunch of teenagers going to a newly opened Camp Crystal Lake, but soon strange killings start to happen. We see, well, Mrs. Voorhees, played by Betsy Palmer, and it's very good acting. Reveals that her son Jason drowned years back, and well, she's getting revenge. Yeah, that's all I'm saying about that, but I'll get more deep into this when I review it. Well, next year. No, not that I'm trying to be rude to you, horror fanatics. I want to review Friday the 13th next year for the film's 40th anniversary, okay? Number 2, I think a lot of you 80s movies lovers are going to absolutely hate me for having this high. That would be another cult classic, and that movie is Xanadu, with Olivia Newton-John, Gene Kelly, and Jonathan Beck from The Warriors. Now, I had been wanting to see this, but I just never took the time to notice this and to watch. But anyway, I gotta say, Gene Kelly was very good on the clarinet in the scenes we see him in. Olivia Newton-John, I say, did just as good a job on this as she did with Grease. The music's great, done by her, most notably the song Magic and the Tile song, which she did with Jeff Lynne and the Electric Light Orchestra, who also contributes some songs to this. That's really good. Plus, I love the animated sequence we see done by Don Bluth before he gave us The Secret of Nim and An American Tail years later. Very underrated movie. Xanadu's pretty awesome. It's really good. Maybe not one of the best musicals, though, but still good, though. Better move it real fast. Number 1 is Superman 2. Yeah, with Christopher Reeve back in the title role, along with Gene Hackman as Lex Luthor. And Superman is now facing the 3 Kryptonians after they are accidentally released from their Phantom Zone prison, facing General Zod and his colleagues Ursa and Nan. But he soon learns about him once he decides to give up his powers. But anyway, the final battle is so exciting. Enough said. So, please tell me what do what you can. I challenge you, possibly do a vid of your favorite movies from the year you were born. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out of here, okay? Thank you for watching on the Big D. See ya.